Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday, Heather. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing, Michelle?
I'm good. It was a busy weekend. What about you?
Yes, very busy. I was in Utah for a family reunion and a wedding, and now I am in Vegas for some work. So yeah, it's just lots of travel. So I'm ready to get home.
Yeah, I bet. Oh my gosh. Busy, but great stuff.
Yeah. What did you have going on this weekend?
You know what? I was working on my memoir most of the weekend, so a lot of work. My angel oracle deck of cards, my 111 angel messages. So it was a lot of me and the computer this weekend.
How is the Oracle deck coming along? I'm excited about that
Oh
one.
my gosh, I'm in love with it. So yeah, I can't wait to get it finalized and be able to share it with everyone.
Do you have like a rough idea of when it'll be done or
Not yet. We're still working on the book, and then we're going to try to pitch it. And then if not, we will self publish. So it's beautiful, though. I can't wait to start sharing these images.
you have so many fun things and fun projects going on, so it's really exciting.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm really excited. Well, are you ready to get started?
I'm ready. We have lots of questions already in the chat and people already waiting. So let's get started so we can get through as many of those as possible today because I feel like the time goes by so fast.
It does. I've actually had a few people reach out and ask us to do this longer. So I don't know if that is, something that more people are wanting, but a lot of people have been like, 30 minutes isn't enough. So we'll have to talk about that.
Yeah, it's crazy how quick 30 minutes goes by, but you and I know that. We sit down and talk and 3 hours go by. So,
Yeah.
okay. So our first question is from Angela. What is my life purpose lessons to be learned from the past so they are not repeated? Is there a spirit in my living space and is it watching or following me? So kind of a two-part question. So that first one is what is my life's purpose and lessons to be learned
Yeah.
from?
Okay. So a life purpose type reading, I need 30 to 60 minutes with you. I can't get into detail on that in just the minute to 2 minutes that we're going to have here, but I can give you some clues to that for you that will help you and everyone else. And that is number one, start looking for the patterns in our life of things that are not working. Because what happens is those patterns are actually pointing to lessons in our soul plan. So why am I always in relationships that don't work out? Why do I always lose my job? Why do I always, whatever the situation, why do I always struggle with money? Number one, start to look for your patterns because that's part of your soul plan. That's a lesson to overcome. And then purpose becomes really too much easier than people want it to be. Our purpose here is first and foremost to serve our soul and our own soul's growth. The ripple effect of that is that we actually are helping other people. So for me, by serving my soul as a medium, the ripple effect is I get to help other people here on Mondays with Michelle. Looking for purpose always starts with looking for passion and inspiration because passion and inspiration is our connection to spirit, source, our higher self. And once we connect with those, then the purpose shows up, right? So that's really important for everyone to know. But the lessons are really important. So look for these repeating patterns in your life, whoever you are, and everyone, because this is something our soul's wanting to overcome. As far as a spirit in the living room, I am not feeling that. So I would say the energy to me, what the word I just got from the guides is clear. I don't think that there's anything in there. You might have loved ones who drop in occasionally, but I don't feel like there is one spirit in your location or your home.
Thanks, Michelle. All right, next question is from Sheena. Hi, does my little canine friend Max have a message for his mom and friends? He was very loved here. Max passed away earlier this year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, here's the beautiful thing about all of our loving little animals, our fur babies, and all of them. They have souls, and the energy with Max is this. So, our animals, whatever it is, rabbit, horse, cat, dog, whatever you have, turtle, they actually choose us. This is a soul agreement that we make in that heavenly realm. And so Max's message really clearly, first of all, I have to tell you, I feel full body wag, full body wag. You know how some dogs are just like, they do this, right? That's really important. Max is making me feel like Max was really tired. So I need to acknowledge the tired energy, but just letting his people know that he chose them. This was agreement. And he is also very often what our animals will do. They will come back again in this lifetime. But I would say he's 10 to 15 years away from that.
Thanks, Michelle. Okay, our next question is from Jennifer. Will I have the success and stability and freedom I hope for as an author?
Okay, Jennifer, here's what I'm hearing, that yes, that is 100% possible for you, but it's going to take more work than maybe you're calculating in at this point in time. So the thing about being an author, most people, unless you are the lady who wrote Harry Potter, do not actually get rich off books. But what they create for you is your next level platform. So here's what I'm seeing for you with this. It's, not that your book isn't going to do great. I feel like it is going to do great, but there are more things that are going to have to happen here than the book. So the answer is yes, and there's more that you're going to be doing.
Thanks, Michelle. Okay, this next question is from Chris. Is there a key soul-aligned relationship that will enter my life in 1 to 2 years?
I got an immediate yes on that. And I'm feeling the energy between 12 to 18 months is what Spirit had me say.
Great. We have another pet question from Natalie. I saved a stray dog near my house. No tags, no chip. I feel there might be a deeper reason he crossed my path. Was he sent to me for a purpose? Am I meant to be his guardian?
I'm going to say 100% yes. But going back to what we just talked about a couple minutes ago, if this dog, you can't find its owners, then it's clearly meant to be yours. And whenever we feel this deep soul connection, I mean, I'm a dog person, so I always love dogs anyway, right? But whenever I feel a soul connection with a dog, a cat, whatever it is, it's because our souls are in alignment. And so, yes, I feel like if this dog, you cannot find its owner, it is absolutely meant to be yours. And that will become very clear to you, I'm being told, in the next couple weeks.
Thank you. All right, our next question is from Mermaid. Hi, Michelle. I have been speaking on and off with a person. Should I continue to pursue this? I am not sure if I am wasting my time.
Yeah, so that's here's what I'm going to tell you. It just depends. What do you want out of this relationship, right? If you are looking for a long time commitment, I don't feel like that energy is there. So if we're looking at this person saying, I want life partner status, I want marriage, whatever that is, I don't feel like it's there. So if that's your long-term goal, then this doesn't feel like the person for you. If you're fine having company when you have company, then this can go on for quite a while.
Great. Our next question, we have lots of relationship questions. We've talked about before how like kind of themes will come in. So our next one is another relationship question. What happens energetically when we fall in love at first sight?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, that's a fun question. So here's the thing. When we fall in love at first sight, and I will tell you, like most of us can relate to this, not necessarily in a romantic way, but there are certainly clients I have that have had that experience. But when we look at our baby for the first time, or you pick up your puppy or whatever it is, right? There is love at first sight that all of us get to experience. So energetically, what is happening is this is a soul recognition. First and foremost, our soul is saying, I know you, I see you, you feel like home to me, right? So that's the huge energy that's coming in. It's not really just the human, oh, I'm in love. It is a soul understanding and recognition. So energetically, there are these beautiful ripples, right? Think about throwing a rock into a lake of love that start going throughout, not just your energy field, the person you fell in love with, but friends, family, and relatives. So here's what's amazing about this. When somebody is wanting to get into a relationship, instead of being in the energy of like, oh, my friends have someone and I don't have anyone, you actually want to be in the energy of like, these people are proving to me that love exists and love is real and it's everywhere. And in that energy, you're bringing the people in. So energetically, it's a soul recognition. My guess is, because the way it feels, there are multiple past lives there. And I think that would be fun for you to dive into.
Amazing. Thanks, Michelle. And so then our next question is, can two people dream of each other before meeting in real life? What's going on when that happens? I love this question.
I know. Oh, you guys, these are so fun. Okay. So the answer is absolutely yes to that. Okay. we would call them like deja vu, precognitive dreams. We have all sorts of ESP, psychic, right? We have all of these things. But what's actually happening is you have to remember our soul knows our soul plan. Our humanness doesn't. We're veiled. We don't remember everything that we created in our lifetime that we want to experience on earth. So what will happen is our soul is almost like dropping us little hints like, hey, this person's going to be showing up. This is what they're going to look like. It's absolutely possible. Once again, it goes back to soul recognition.
Very cool. And I love those last two questions because I saw my husband in a dream before I met him. And when I met him, it was what you would call, I guess, love at first sight. But the minute I saw him and heard his voice, my soul felt like it was home. And so I can resonate with both of those questions so much because I do know that it can happen, and that soul remembrance and connection was so real.
Yeah, and that's it. What an amazing experience to have.
It was, and it still is. So amazing. Okay, our next question is, are there alien civilizations living in Earth's oceans?
I'm going to say yes, not just in our oceans, but what I've been told by the guides is that they're also in, maybe underground on planet Earth. And think about layers, right? Earth is like kind of an onion, and we have different layers and dimensions that are actually playing out right here, right now. So even heavenly realm is right here, right now. Like our loved ones, when I'm connecting with them in a reading for you, they're right here, right now. So think about it in those layers. But the short answer is yes, there are already ETs that are here on planet Earth, and it's nothing that we need to be scared about, and just be aware. I think it's going to become more obvious, and people will find out more about this in the next couple of years.
Thank you, Michelle. All right, next one is, my mother-in-law recently passed. Does she have any messages for me and her son regarding our future?
Yeah. Okay. So right now what she's telling me is, and she said it very clear, you two need clarity. So, but she's showing it to me like, I feel like, yeah, have you ever, if you have kids and they like, when they're little, they just shove everything into the closet, and then you open the closet at one point and you're like, where do we even start unpacking this? Here's the energy. The clarity is she's showing me compartmentalize these things, because I do feel like you have some stuff that you've got to work through, but we've got to take it one step at a time. There's a lot of good energy in the outcome, but there's definitely that closet energy of stuff that we need to start unpacking.
Thanks, Michelle. All right, the next question, is it true that laughter is the best medicine? Can laughter and joy really move us to a higher vibration?
Oh my gosh, great question. And the answer is absolutely yes. So let's think about vibrational energy, frequency, and all of that. If you are out to Starbucks and someone walks in and they're really depressed and their energy is heavy, most people can look at them and pick up on that and feel that. So think about depression, think about grief. Those are low, heavy energies, right? But when we laugh and when we find joy, we are lighter. It literally feels lighter. Like, go laugh with your best friend, go watch your favorite comedy movie, go to a comedy club, and you are going to come out feeling like you just lost 10 pounds because we have lightened the energetic load. So when we are in laughter and joy, what is happening? Now we're in a vibration that makes it easier to connect to spirit because we're already higher up in the vibrational frequency.
Thank you. All right, our next question is from Karina. I've been on this healing journey after my first baby almost 2 years ago. Do you see what my spirit guides want me to focus on so that I can be the best of me as a mom and wife?
Yeah. So what I'm hearing that I need to say, I'm writing down healing right now. They're talking about mental and emotional. So let's talk about this. It doesn't mean there aren't some things that are happening in your body, maybe, but very often our body is the response to our emotions and our mental well-being, right? It responds. We wake up, we feel good. We wake up, we have a backache. We have, depending on what we're going through. And so as far as being the best version of you, the healthiest version of you, let's be very clear. This needs to happen. This is your guides talking. This needs to happen for you first and foremost. Your husband and child are the beneficiaries of it, right? So very often as moms and wives, we feel like we have to be our best self for everyone else. But the guides are very clear. We're being our best self for us, first and foremost, everyone around us is the beneficiary of it. So we need to shift the energy on that. The other thing that they're telling me to tell you is, yes, just be aware of your mental and emotional health, right? Because it's hard when we have babies. It's hard being a new mom. It's hard, all of that. And so really honoring that journey. It's also amazing and beautiful and great, but there are certainly challenges that come with it. That's where the energy goes, really, to mental and emotional, and body's going to fall in alignment with that. But remember, first and foremost, for you, they get to be the beneficiaries of it.
Thanks, Michelle. Lots of great questions in our chat today. Here's the next one. Since my dad's passing 6 weeks ago, I felt very stuck. My dog is acting off, having GI upset, but the vets haven't found anything in our 4 visits. Are you able to see what I need to do? Thank you.
Yeah. So there's a couple things I want to say about that, because I can feel your dog's energy right now. And I actually the word I got was like IBS. So, but it feels like it's an emotional reaction. It could have food reaction to it also. But that's like the energy for the dog. So I don't know if that's a diagnosis for dogs or not, but that's what I'm feeling. Maybe I'm getting words like the colon, colitis, things like that. So be aware with that. What happens when we are in grief, which you are, and my condolences on your dad's transition, our animals who are with us are also in that energy, because they feel our grief, our sadness, our depression, or whatever it is that we're going through. And so when we have animals that are very in tune with us, they sometimes will start having physical symptoms also, or try to process that energy for us, right? So think about it like if you go to lunch with a friend and they're having a bad day and you try to make them laugh, right? We're trying to help them process their energy, because animals can't speak to us like that. They physically start to try to process our energy to help relieve us. And because this is a soul agreement and soul connection. So I don't want you to feel bad about this, but I want you to know that this is an energetic connection. I want to connect it to emotions. There could be like some colitis, but I'm getting like IBS, those type of words for the dog.
Thanks, Michelle. Okay, this next question is from Mark. Can you tune in and let me know what I can expect in August? I guess he's expecting something in August.
Okay, August. So let's talk about August for a lot of people. In numerology, the 3 most important months of the year are August, September, and October. And let's talk about this. August, for all of us, energetically, not necessarily physically, is going to be a review of 2024. September becomes a review of 2025, like emotionally and mentally. And October becomes the preview to 2026. So in August, I want to say this. You're going to feel a little bit stuck, but I feel like towards the end of August, and I'm going down to really like the 3rd to last week of August is where I feel like momentum building and a push comes in. But I do feel like the first half of August, I'm sitting around going like, when's this going to happen? When's it going to happen? So give yourself to the end of August to expect this new push of energy, which does feel productive and like it moves you forward.
Thanks, Michelle. I can't believe we're already talking about August. This year has gone by so fast.
No.
Okay, this next question is from Brenda. Hi, Michelle. I feel that it's time to make a change in my profession, but I am having trouble deciding how to move forward. Any messages on what my next step should be?
Yeah. The first thing the guide said is there's nothing to do right now. So I do feel like kind of like we just talked about August, let August go by. For a lot of us, August, unless I'm doing an individual reading and can really jump into the soul plan and the energy on that, August has this energy of like being comfortable where you are. Now, that's what I feel like I want to say to Brenda about August. But I feel like in September, there comes the inspiration and the intuition, which are the 2 things she wants to combine for this next opportunity. I'm also being told that you're looking at this as a chore instead of excitement, right? So let's talk about the energetic vibration on that. When something's a chore, it's like, homework, I got to go get this done. I got to do the laundry, right? Heavy, 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 lower energy, right? But when we look at this and say, oh my gosh, I get the opportunity to build the career, the life, the passion that I want to build. What does that want to be? That comes from excitement and inspiration. So shift the energy on this from a homework excitement you're going to recess and the playground's ready, go play. And when that starts to happen in the next 6 weeks, you're going to have a lot more clarity.
Thanks, Michelle. Okay, Arena has our next question. I live in Arizona, but would like to move to a greener state. Is it in my current future?
It doesn't feel like it would happen until the end of next year or the following year. So the end of 2026 or to 2027. And I'm feeling a pull to two places. I'm feeling a pull to Oregon and I'm feeling a pull to Colorado. So those are the two locations. I feel like you just kind of move up a little bit is the energy there, but it does feel 1.5 to 2 years away.
Okay, our next question is from Michelle. My sweet son has medical issues, a birth defect, and is an adult in an unjust legal issue. Do his guides have a message for him? Will he have a positive outcome to this awful hand he's been dealt?
Yeah, I am getting told, yes, he will have a positive outcome. So I feel like that's going to be really clear. I want to say something about your son because the guides are bringing this in. When we look at people that have severe challenges in this lifetime and are actually like born with them, I have a sister with severe cerebral palsy. She can only use her index finger on her left hand. When I see those people, very often I know that they are old souls that came here with a really challenging life. And they're doing it not just for their own soul growth, but for those around them. So when I'm tapping into your son, I'm just telling you, I feel this old soul energy with him. I'm being told that it's going to turn out positive for him and for him to remember that he's actually supported. So whenever we go through these human challenges, we feel so alone in them, no matter what they are. But the minute that we start calling in our angels, our life guides, asking them to smooth out the road ahead of us, to make things easier, I promise you this is going to happen. So please remind him he has a team that wants to help him. The word I keep getting is alone, alone, alone. So I know he feels, even though he's got mom helping him, he feels very alone in this.
Thanks, Michelle. Okay, our next question is from Caroline. Oh, sorry, my screen. Okay. Will my relationship with two of my brothers be fixed soon?
I'm sorry to tell you, I heard no on that because one of them is going to come. They're not coming back around at the same time. So one of them is going to come back in within the next 6 months. The other one feels like they're 1.5, 2, 3 years away. So I do see that they are going to be headed down the right track, but they're not going to just be fixed in the near future. One comes back sooner than the other.
Yeah, and I know we've had these questions pop up before, and so much of that is we can't control the choices that other people make, right? So yeah. We want to mend these relationships. It does take two to come together to try and fix things, which can be hard when we really are wanting connection.
Well, and let's also think about this on the soul level, because there's something that her soul and her brother's souls are wanting to learn here. Now, whether it's how to end patterns, how to kind of, get through this and work together on the next level, whatever it is. This isn't just the human interaction. There's a soul plan that is at play when we're having disputes with our family. And because of that, very often, the biggest people who are the most challenging in our life in that heavenly realm are our best friend, because they signed up to come play the villain role or whatever we want to call it here on planet Earth. So for you, I would say, ask yourself what your soul wants to learn here, and maybe try to see if you can feel into what their souls want to learn, because there's always a bigger story playing out.
Thank you. Good question. Deanne has our next question. I entered an important contest. Can you tell me if the outcome will be good?
So I would tell you it feels like it's going to be good. I don't know exactly what that means though. So if this is, let's just say if we're putting in for artwork and you want to come in first place, you might get third, right? But I do feel like there's a positive outcome. I just don't know enough detail around that.
All right, and our next question is from Rachel. Why am I seeing 1111, 111, 222, and 444 a lot, almost daily for about 2.5 months now?
Yeah, I love that. So very often those are angelic numbers that our angels are sending us. A lot of people, 1111, 111, make a wish. For me, it's always about what are you thinking about in those moments. So when I see 1111 or 111, I go, what was I thinking about? Because I feel like that's something my soul wants me to really notice. Oh, I was thinking about the book I'm writing or whatever. And that to me almost is giving it energy. So I'm fine with the make a wish. But what this is, so a million times a day, literally, our souls are tapping into heavenly realm. We just almost we don't realize it because we're so used to being human and feeling so disconnected from it. When we're tapping into numbers are one way that the universe is blowing us kisses, or our angels are sending us hugs, however you want to see that. So the 1111, to me, what do you want to manifest? The 444, this is talking to me for you about some new beginnings coming in. And so I'm really excited about that.
Thanks, Michelle. Our next question is from Carol. My brother passed away 3 years ago. Does he have any words to me about his daughter?
Yeah. So there's a couple of things he's saying. He's saying, thank you for the connection. So thank you for staying connected with her. She is, I feel like the visual he's giving me, I feel like I'm on an Easter egg hunt, right? So think about this. The eggs that she's gathering are pieces of herself right now. So there is that part where she has some scattered energy, but she's working on finding herself. But he keeps showing me this Easter egg hunt. So it's going to come in as pieces at a time, not just like completion. But it's happening, and he's walking with her every step of the way. He sends her a lot of music and a lot of license plates.
Thank you. Our next question is from Emmy. What happens to bad people like rapists or murderers after they cross? And I know we've had questions similar to this before, but it's a really good question.
Yeah, it is a good question. And, I'm going to be really clear before I even dive into this answer. It's not usually the answer that our humanness is happy to hear, because a lot of us have grown up to think they would be burning in hell or doing something like that. But I really want you to think of it more as a vibrational energy or frequency, right? So they are still met with love and compassion, but they might not be, all the way into that heavenly home. They might go to what feels like a place with their life guides, where they are almost, for lack of a better word, understanding in detail the challenges in their life, what part they played, how it hurt others, right? Heaven is always about second chances. So when you listen to near-death experiences, there are some people that have had distressing ones. But what we find is that those people were expecting, I'm going to go to hell, I was a bad person. And then they have this experience when they cross over, but they'll always come back and say, but then, God showed up and I felt this hand reach down and pull me into the heavens, or whatever it is. So it's a vibrational energy. The short answer is they do go into the light, but they might go into, for lack of a better way of saying it, like a rehab counseling energy, where they're really going over these things with their life guides, angels, and the people that they hurt to understand it. Our soul is about continual evolution. We never stop evolving, not in our human form, not in our spiritual form. And that's why the idea of burning in hell for eternity doesn't go well with actually what our souls came to do.
Thanks, Michelle. All right, and our last question for today, like always, it goes by so fast.
It feels like it's been 5 minutes. I'm like, how is that 30 minutes?
No, I just checked the clock. I was like, oh, here we go. Like, just like that, it flies by. So maybe we will have to extend it a little longer. We'll have to talk about that. This one's from Dana. I was not with my husband when he passed and have so much to tell him. Does he know what I needed to say? Does he hear me? Does he have any messages for me?
Yeah, 100%. So let's talk about this. No one transitions to the other side alone. So even if you are in the middle of the desert, you are not transitioning alone. You have life guides, you have angels, you have loved ones in spirit, you have animals on the other side. You are absolutely met with love and compassion. So that's the first thing that we have to say. The second thing that I want to say about this is that each one of you are more connected to your loved ones in spirit than I will ever be. And I know I work as a medium. But here's the thing, when we talk to them or we think to them, they are absolutely like pinged right in. I'm here, I'm listening, I feel you. They understand us telepathically, energetically. So there's nothing that you do not need a medium to talk to your loved ones. Mediums help you interpret the messages that are coming back. But I promise you, your loved ones are so tuned into you and your energy and your frequency that anything you need to say out loud or mentally, they are connected to. Okay. So just have no doubt that he has heard you a million times tell him all of these things, because that's literally what he just said. I've heard her a million times. So he wants you to know that he is already listening intently. And the I'm sorry, or whatever the I'm sorry is, he's over that. So let's talk about that for a minute. As humans, we like to carry guilt. I'm sorry for our last conversation. I'm sorry I wasn't there, whatever it is that we're apologizing for. And our loved ones in spirit are absolutely, they've moved beyond that. They understand our soul plan, their soul plan. I want to add one more thing in here, not just for her, but for everyone. People, our souls transition the way that they're meant to, right? And so I understand very clearly how sacred the process of transition is. But if, like for my mom, I was literally on the way back to hospice when my mom left, right? Because my mom's soul didn't want me there. It wasn't personal. It wasn't that we had a bad relationship and she didn't love me. We had a great relationship, but it was the way her soul wanted to leave. So please understand, first and foremost, they have a soul plan that's being honored. There's a soul agreement playing out, whether we remember it as humans or not. But your husband is very loving, very strong around you. He's showing me a lot of hummingbirds and a lot of bright colored birds. So blue jays, cardinals, whatever it is that you're getting in your area, I need to acknowledge those from him. And he's just very clear. Please don't be sorry. I understand. He just said very sweetly, we had a great life. So please know that that's what our loved ones take with them. We had a great life. We played human well. I still love you. Always have, always will.
Thanks, Michelle. And thank you for all your great questions today and for listening in.
Yeah, thank you guys. I love this time. I mean, I love this time with everyone. I love these questions. This is a great arena where so many people can learn and grow. If you haven't already, please subscribe and like this channel. It really helps us reach more people. And I look forward to connecting with everyone in the near future. I hope you have a beautiful week ahead.
Bye.
Bye.